Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back ranking all 5 movies in the Prom Night franchise. This month's theme for Monthly Theme Thursday is Video Nasties Section 3. To coincide with that, Jason and I decided to rank franchises this month in which the first film belongs on that list. Prom Night is a Section 3 video nasty, so we're ranking all 5 movies in that franchise. Like with all of my other rankings, I will start with my least favorite Prom Night film and work my way to my favorite Prom Night. I base this on criteria such as nostalgia, rewatchability, and overall enjoyment. This is just my opinion though, so you don't have to agree. Jason is ranking this franchise too, so please be sure to check out his video to see how his ranking compares to mine. So, here we go. This is Prom Night ranked. In last place, I have Hello Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. I know a lot of people love this one, and in fact, many would probably rank it at number 1 in this franchise. But I clearly don't. It's a lot of fun, I definitely enjoy it, and I appreciate the full frontal nudity, but watching this again for Franchise Frenzy as well as this ranking video made me realize it really is my least favorite in this series. I feel I enjoyed it a lot more in the past, but it just didn't connect with me all that much this time around. I do love this VHS cover art though. Regardless, Hello Mary Lou, Prom Night 2 is in last place in my Prom Night ranking. Believe it or not, the original Prom Night is up next, in 4th place. This has never been a favorite slasher of mine. I know Jason loves it, he has a lot of nostalgia for this film, and because of that, I've tried to really love it. I've watched it time and time again, trying to see what he sees in it. Unfortunately, I do chalk it up to nostalgia, because I just don't get it. It's not that I don't like Prom Night, I definitely do. It's an 80s slasher, and I love slashers in general. It's just so forgettable for me, and I don't know why. For years, I watched the only available print, which was super dark. At the time, I always thought that was what contributed to me not appreciating Prom Night the way others did. But then I would think to myself, well, they're watching the same exact dark print, so what am I missing? Just as much as everyone else who watched it. Finally, Synapse Films released it on Blu-ray, seen here, and the picture is very clear and very bright, at least a lot brighter than the original print. Excited to be able to see everything after all those years, I watched it with Jason. And guess what? It didn't really improve much for me. So I tried again. And then again. I watched it a handful of times. Prom Night might just be the slasher film I've watched the most that I like the least, if that makes sense. It's a movie I want to love and feel that I should. There are certain things I do love about it, especially the opening sequence. Overall, though, it's still not a favorite, but I do like it more than Prom Night 2. So, the original Prom Night comes in at number 4. In 3rd place, I have Prom Night 3, The Last Kiss. The 3rd Prom Night film is the rarest of the Prom Night films, because for whatever reason, it has been out of print forever, and not re-released since. For me, Prom Night 3, The Last Kiss, is a hybrid of the original Prom Night and Hello Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. It's wacky and cheesy and a whole lot of fun. I like the concept and the high school movie feel. It gives me sort of a Christine vibe. I know it's not a favorite for many, and most would probably have it ranked dead last, or at least second to last, but it's right in the middle for me. Prom Night 3 comes in at number 3. In second place, I have the Prom Night remake, and this was nearly number 1. As a matter of fact, when I started filming this video, I had this in first place. If Prom Night 3 isn't the most universally hated in the franchise, then this one is. I remember seeing this remake in theaters, at the drive-in, in fact, and thinking it was great. Then, before long, everyone else seemed to be trashing it. Imagine that. Can you believe it? To each his own, though. I love it, and like I said, it was almost my number 1 favorite Prom Night film. I really like the cast in this remake, including Brittany Snow and Scott Porter from Friday Night Lights. Then there's Idris Elba, but it's Jonathan Schaech as the killer that steals the show for me. I thought he was an awesome psycho. Another thing I loved about this remake is the modern take on the original film. We get, understandably, a very disco-oriented prom in the first film. This remake, however, establishes its own time frame well. It's for all these reasons I considered giving the Prom Night remake the top spot. But on second thought, it came up just short, in second place. Because honestly, my number 1 favorite Prom Night movie is Prom Night 4, Deliver Us from Evil. What can I say? For me, it's this one that encapsulates what I want in a slasher film most of all. It's a straightforward, by-the-book slasher film, like the original Prom Night. Only for me, this one is a lot more memorable. There's a unique killer, and I like the cast of characters. The kills are good, the setting is cool, and we even get some gratuitous nudity. While Prom Night 3, The Last Kiss, also featured on this double feature DVD, is the rarest of the Prom Night films, Prom Night 4, Deliver Us from Evil, is probably the most underrated. No one seems to ever talk about it, and I think it deserves way more attention. It has all the makings of an 80s slasher film, only it was released in 1991. Prom Night 4 maintains the spirit of not just the original Prom Night, but all the films that came before it in the franchise. If I could only watch one Prom Night movie, it would be Prom Night 4, Deliver Us from Evil, my number 1 favorite film in the franchise. So, there you have it, guys. My ranking of all 5 movies in the Prom Night franchise. What do you think? How would you rank these films? Comment below and let me know. Please don't forget to check out Jason's video as well to see how he has Prom Night ranked. Which franchise will we rank next? Check back soon to find out. Until then, remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.